Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the series Drama 101. I am going to be talking about today my experience of auditioning at RADA. RADA stands for Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, and it is situated in Fitzrover, so that's like central London. Nearest station to it is Goad Street. It is in Gower Street. There are actually like 4 buildings to RADA, but the main building is in Gower Street. I auditioned at RADA twice. Yeah, I auditioned at RADA twice, but I'm going to speak about last year when I auditioned, because that's when I got a recall audition, so a second audition there. So I'll speak about that in this video. And I auditioned for the BA Honours in Acting, and that is their 3-year course. So that is what I auditioned for. And yeah, so when you audition for them, their application form is a bit old school, but no, they have a form online and you have to print out that form and you mail it to them. They have these like 2 submission times. So if you apply before the Christmas holiday, so it's normally the 2nd week of December, if your application arrives before that time, it's like £45. But if you apply after that time, bearing in mind their cut-off date is March, so if you apply after that time, after December, or they receive your application after December, you have to pay, it was £80. I'm going to say 80 because it was 80 for me the first time I applied. So because I applied in January, I had to pay £80. Yeah, that was tough. So tough. And I didn't even get a recall audition, so yeah. But anyway, and the second time I was smart and I applied actually at the beginning of December, and I got only paid £45. And just like you post them your application, the same way you get your result date in the post as well. So always be checking in the post, because once you get it you have like 7 days. You actually email them back to confirm your date. Then you need to prepare 2 monologues, so standard drama school audition. You prepare 1 modern contemporary monologue and 1 classical monologue, and they also ask you to prepare an alternative classical monologue, because they say they might call upon it, and for me it did happen. They did call upon my second classical monologue, and they all have to be contrasting. Speaking of the day, when I arrived, it's quite small when you go, because unless you see the flags that say RADA, you can miss it if you go past Gower Street. It's like built in a block, but you go in and it's a very small reception desk and you sign in, and then they're like seats. It's like a mini, very, very small waiting area, so you wait there. And then obviously all the people who are in your specific time, so I think mine was at 9:45, so all the people who were at that specific time were together in this mini waiting room. It's small, like some people have to stand and like, yeah. But yeah, so we're just right next to the reception desk, and then when it hits your time, say 9:45 for instance, somebody will come and collect you and take all of you. So in my group it must have been a group of maybe like 20 people, and then you get taken into like this, it's not a boardroom, but it's like one of their rooms. It's almost set up like a boardroom, and you go there and you fill out paperwork basically. So you're just all sitting around on this massive table and you just fill out, they've got a form and it's just saying what are your 2 pieces, what are your 3 pieces. So definitely remember, well, it doesn't really matter that much, but yeah. I know it's really stupid, but sometimes you do, like, your mind goes blank because you've done it so much. But you know, the playwright, and they only ask you who you're playing what the play is and who the playwright is. Obviously if you forget and you have a blank mind, it's okay, but yeah, they ask for that. Once you've all completed the forms and you're in there, you get split up into groups. So we got split up into 3 groups, and then you get taken by different people, and then you would go to your drama studio and you would sit outside the drama studio. Yeah, we didn't know actually who was going to go next. It was just like, yeah, you'd all sit out the drama studio, and that gave you a little bit of time to kind of, you know, prep yourself, calm your nerves, go through your pieces, and then obviously if you're the first person, you need to just be prepared, because they like say, okay, I don't know, Nathan, you're going to be first, so you know that like in 5 minutes you're going in, so you just take your time, drink some water, and you go in. So they just tell you, they call you out who's going to go in, and their audition is a solo audition. So you walk into the drama studio, and again, it depends what size room, because I've had different sizes rooms, but you walk into the drama studio, and at one end there's the table with 2 panel members. You just pull up you have a little chat with them, so they're just asking you about just really small, like why you applied, you know, standard audition questions, why you chose those pieces, things like what are you doing at the moment, blah blah blah, what theatre have you seen recently, what have you watched recently, who you yeah, stuff like that. And then after that little chat, they want to see you perform, so you perform your pieces back to back, and you get to choose whether you start with your classical, whether you start with your modern, and then once you've done, thank you, you go to the table, nice to meet you, shake their hands and leave. Sometimes it has happened to me where they had another chat, they said come sit down, and had a bit more of a chat with me, which is great. Again, it has also happened to me where they've asked me to do my alternative piece. Just keep calm, and yeah, it's good. I'd say I like their audition, that it is a solo audition, just because like LAMDA, you get that time with them, and yeah, you get that time with them, and it's just yourself. You're not worried about, oh, these other people who are here watching and thinking, oh, then, you know, they're judging me, or feeling self-conscious. You're just there to perform, and you just like center yourself. You don't feel any kind of nervous energy around, and you've got 2 people just focused on you, which I kind of like, just having that solo audition, as opposed to LAMDA, where it's more like you actually don't talk to them, all you're there to do is perform and leave, whereas RADA, you have a bit more of a chat, and they kind of calm you down a little bit, then you go into your pieces, and then you leave. The only thing is, like, when you get into RADA, because RADA is, you know, so high on a pedestal, and for good reason, but it's so kind of intimidating to be in that type of institution. Like, you're there, like, in that building, and it's just like, and like, you're seeing the people who are on the wall, and there's like a wall of like news of people who, when you're in a reception of like current alumni who their successes basically, and you're like seeing all these names, and you're like, oh, you really do feel that kind of presence of the grandeur of it. I shouldn't, yeah, it is rather, so it's a lot to take in. What is great about their audition as well is that because it's a solo audition, your audition lasts about 15 minutes. It's quick, like LAMDA. You're in there, you have a chat, you do your pieces, you might have a little bit of a chat, so it's about a 15-20 minute audition, and then you leave. When you first come in, they let you know when you're filling out the paperwork how the process works, and that they'll let you know by post. So I waited about a couple of days, yeah, it was only a couple of days, and then I got my letter that I had a second audition, a recall audition. So I was just like, I couldn't believe it. And it's the same process. You need to confirm on the email your date and time that's been set, and then you go. It's a similar type of setup, only there are less people. It's in a group of 6 people. Again, it's similar. You go in as a solo audition, but this time there are 4 people on the panel. 4 people. It's intense, and you're here, you're performing the same pieces as your first audition, but they do talk to you a bit more in depth, and because there are 4 people, it really is that intense, because you know each of them have their own kind of each of them want to know a different thing about you, and they might see, one person might see something in you that another person doesn't, and they want to follow that. Also keep on eye contact with all 4 people, and they are 4 different people. I remember in my audition I had there was one guy and he was just looking at me. He looked really grumpy, and like staring at him was intimidating. And then I had one lady who was just very into what I was saying. She was looking at me and smiling, and she was just very encouraging, like a really positive energy towards her. And then so it's literally, if the panel varies, you shouldn't think about what they want, because again, they're all 4 different people and they want different things. So you just out there perform. They asked me to sing and I had to prepare a song, so I always have a song prepared. So yeah, I sang. I can't sing, but you know, I was hearing all these people and they were singing so lovely from outside, and there's me, and it's not about you being Whitney Houston, which you know I wish I was, but it's just about you being able to carry a tune. They need a voice that's trainable, so that's what they're looking out for. So I sang my contemporary song, and yeah, so that was my second audition, and I left. Again, I think it was a bit longer than 15 minutes. I think it might have been maybe 25. It varies actually. I guess it's how many questions they want to ask you and how much they want to see from you. But yeah, it's no longer than 30 minutes, and then you leave, and then you get a letter in the post. They give you either a rejection letter to say sorry, not this time, you're not going on to the next stage, or yes, you're going on to the next stage, which is a short workshop. Or what I got was a letter saying that they don't feel that I'm ready to be on the BA course at the moment, but would I like to audition for the foundation course? So that was the letter that I got. But yeah, so that was kind of my experience of RADA. Like I said, intimidating. Yeah, if I can sum it up in one word, that is it. It's amazing to be there though, to be in the glory. You don't get to see much of the school either. You literally just see the reception and the drama studio that you're performing in. But they do audition so many people that you kind of, obviously you stand out, but it's one of those things that you need to be, it really does show you need to be 110% prepared for them, for what they throw at you. You need to be flexible, you need to be, because they will challenge you there, which is a great audition, to feel like you are challenged, and they will, if they see potential in you, they will challenge you. So that is, yeah, so that is my RADA audition. Yeah, I hope this helps. Tell me about your RADA experience, and if you're auditioning at RADA, good luck. And yeah, so that is all for this time. Thank you for watching. Bye.